I think we're live. We should be live. I should check that we're live. And while I'm doing so, I will do the usual. Hello, ladies and... Let's try it one more time. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Levi Clay here, and I am back again for another live stream. Do one of these once every month, towards the end of the month. And yeah, this one's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to be looking at the Righteous playing of Eric Johnson. We're going to be transcribing some of Eric Johnson's live playing. Some of the Austin City Limits concert, the '96 one, not the what was it, 88, the really famous one, the one that was released. We're looking at the '96 one. We're looking at the track Righteous. Yeah, we're going to bring it up. We're going to bring up the video, and I'm going to walk you through the process of learning how to do what it is that I do for a living. Because, of course, I am a transcriber. Yes, that is what I do most of my days, sitting and transcribing music. It's good fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. And, yeah, if you would like to learn to do what it is that I do, well, you are in the best place possible for that exact thing. So please do follow along with this live stream. If you have any questions about anything, please do let me know. I am here to help you. I'm here to guide you through this. I'm here to help you develop the skills that I have. Here to help you develop, workable skills that you can use to go out and create some income for yourself in the music industry. And if you would like to go further in depth in all of this stuff, of course, Patreon, link in the description, and you can head on over there, join me for as little as $1, and great way to support the channel, and you get lots of cool stuff in return. So yeah, please do consider supporting the channel, and if you have any questions, please do let me know. So, Jamie Henderson, done a little bit of transcribing, but struggling to make good progress. Do you know of any step-by-step guide that would get me starting point? Yeah. It's funny. So Justin has a course on transcribing. I'm not saying I do all of Justin's transcribing. I transcribe stuff for Justin. Justin's approach, what Justin's really looking at in terms of teaching you to transcribe is working songs out by ear, whereas what I'm talking about doing is the writing out of things. Justin's talking about developing your own playing, whereas I'm talking about developing your skill set in a professional context so people can pay you, like Justin pays me. So there isn't a great step-by-step course, to be honest with you. I have been talking about doing one for years and years and years and years, but unfortunately I'm so damn busy with transcribing, it's hard to put aside the time to do transcription video courses. People just constantly mess it. The thing I'll tell you about working as a transcriber is the amount of people that are really unprepared. They know they have a product coming out, they know they need transcriptions, and they let you know about it 3 days before that product is launching. I got a message from my friend Troy Grady last week, and he was like, we've been let down by somebody that we were going to have transcribe some stuff. I know that I can rely on you. Could you slot this in for me? And I'm like, yeah, when are you thinking of launching? He's like, yeah, towards the end of the week. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just stop everything and transcribe 20 minutes of music for you. Cool. That's just the nature of the beast. It just happens. So yeah, it's hard to find the time. I'm backed up with project. But it will happen. At some point, it will absolutely happen. But I keep saying the same thing time and time again when it's people learning to or looking to learn to improve their transcription. If you can't read music, don't expect to be able to transcribe. If you want to get better at transcribing, get better at reading. Now, that doesn't mean sight reading skills. That's a different thing entirely. But if you can't see a piece of music that's been written down and work out what that music would sound like, you will never, ever, ever have the ability to hear music and know what it should look like when it's written down. You have to work on that skill. You have to work on reading. So check out some of my Reading 101 videos. I have a bunch of things on that, and that is, one of the best skills that you can really work on to help develop your transcribing skills. So let's keep going. Good to see Leon's online. How's it going, brother? Alan says, love Eric Johnson, saw him live a few years ago, and he did 6 encores. Amazing. Guitarist, good to see you too, my friend. He's a beast. I enjoy his chord knowledge and choices almost as much as he's blistering ridiculously. You're absolutely right there. He has an incredible vocabulary of chords. And actually, if you check out his Total Electric Guitar video, he talks about chord voicings on there. And I watched that when I was younger, and I didn't realize how much of an influence it was on me. In there, he does what I do. I should say I watched it again recently, and I realised for my chords I do what Eric does. So I think about the notes or the intervals that are in the chords that I know and the chords that I'm playing, and then from there I can change the notes in the chord to other intervals in order to make the thing that you need, or the sound that you're looking for. So yeah, wonderful. Biggest thing is his rhythm, actual writing the music, notes. Steve White says relative pitch. I would actually disagree. I mean, to be fair, I have very good relative pitch, but no, pitch is the easiest part of transcribing. The easiest part of transcribing, because if I do this, right, if I go, I've got some music here, so some error. If I do this right, if I just play that, just that bend. It might take you a fraction of a second, or it might take you 10 minutes, but you could find that note on the guitar. Okay, you could find how he's playing that note. And if you play two notes, the relative pitch would be really hearing two notes and immediately knowing what that interval is, right? While that's helpful, if you don't have that skill, if you're terrible at it, you can find the notes on your guitar. You can always find pitches on your guitar. That's easy. The skill is writing rhythms out, is notating rhythms. Okay? That's the hard part. And you will get that from learning to read. So, yeah, great advice. Thanks. Would pay good money for a beginner to pro transcribing course by you. Yeah, I've been in talks about doing a book on it, actually. But again, it's quite hard to work out an effective way to do that in written form. You know, I really feel that interactive sessions like I'm doing here, and of course my Skype lessons and things like that, I think that's a great way to teach the skill. If I were to release a course, I wouldn't want it to be lacking in any way. I don't tend to put products out unless I firmly believe that I've got something that's very good. Anyway, so before I get transcribing, I'm just going to run my credits. As always, a huge thank you to my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. If you would like to support the channel, it is a huge help. Link is in the description. I see some of my supporters online. Very much appreciated. Thank you. In fact, I see Leon Barron's name there, and I see Leon in the chat. So there you go, Leon. Thank you very much, brother. Yeah, you could support me over there for as little as $1, and you can get lots of stuff in return. You can get transcription downloads, you can have private lessons, private streams, all of that good stuff. Get access to my private Facebook group. Good use of your time. If that doesn't suit, you can also head on over to Amazon, check out one of my many books. They are also all available. And if you enjoy the stream and don't want to do any of those things, that's fine too. That's, you know, I run a free YouTube channel so people can get free content, right? I'm an educator and I'm passionate about helping people to be better. So if you don't have any money, that's absolutely fine. But if you do, support the content creators that you enjoy. That's what I do, right? I support a lot of content creators as well. People make content I enjoy. I try to put money in their pocket because that's how the industry goes around. So if you have a few bucks to spare, please do check me out on Patreon, buy one of my books, or send me a super chat on this stream. Anyway, let me read this last couple of comments. Working through the Rhythm Trainer iPhone app to get better at reading rhythms. Yeah, keep at it, man. Keep at that rhythm side of things. And Steve White loves the country books. Thank you very much. I love them too. Check out the new guitar. Yes. I'll be doing a video on this very soon. I say very soon. Generally speaking, when I say very soon, I mean in the next couple of days, and then before you know it, months have gone by. But yeah, this is a very cool guitar that I'm going to be doing some videos on soon. A few modifications I want to do to it first. Anyway, let's get on to Eric Johnson, shall we? So let me do this. Boom. Move my face out of the way because you don't want to see my ugly mug. Probably make the screen the right size. That would help. I don't know why it's the wrong size. Sorry, guys. It's a bit better. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I've got the track loaded up here in Transcribe in the top left. That's playing the video down in the bottom left. I'm using Guitar Pro to notate everything. I'm going to walk you through the process as I'm doing it. Great pieces of software. If anyone would like to buy a copy of Transcribe, the software that I'm using here, please do let me know. I have a link that I can share. In fact, let me pull up a link for that. It's an affiliate link, so it's another great way to support the channel. Ooh, ding. Probably won't let me post it, will it? Because it'll be too long. What? There you go. That link should work. If you click that link and buy yourself a copy of Transcribe, I get a quarter of the sale, which is good. So I make like $10 on a $40 piece of software. Great way to support the channel as well, and to help your transcribing skills. Anyway, now I've got all of the me asking for money things out of the way. Let's talk about Eric. So Eric, phenomenal player, as I'm sure you all know. I firmly believe he has the best overdriven guitar tone ever. It's so thick. Well, he gets an incredible amount of thickness for a Strat player. His clean tone is fabulous too. This is a man that really cares about not just what he plays, but how those things are being played. I am transcribing the song Righteous. I've also got a bit of Rock Me Baby from the same concert loaded up. I doubt we'll get to that though. I would really, really like to do Trail of Tears from the, I'm sure it's 1988 concert, from the 88 Austin City Limits concert. I will probably do another stream on that though, because I love that. It's a great rendition of the tune. But I wanted to focus on this one because I feel this is probably a little bit more applicable to people, because there's going to be a lot of blues rock vocabulary that you can use on this, whereas Trail of Tears is very specific to the song. But it's a wonderful example of some of Eric's great chordal playing and the harmonics and things. So yeah, it's a great tune to look at. So I will probably get to that at some point as well. But yeah, I'm gonna do Righteous, and to give you an idea, this is I just highlighted one lick. This is what Eric's going to be about today. Sorry. Woo! So great player. I'm going to cut straight to the solo and dig into it. So before I do the solo, before I get into it, I'm going to, the fancy jacket version. The My Chemical Romance jacket version. So before I transcribe it, I'm just going to have a listen to the solo in its entirety so we can get an idea of what's happening, what's going to be happening in it, what we're in for. And yeah, any comments about this, please do let me know. So that's the entirety of the solo. 28 bars. There's some blistering stuff in there. Just absolutely outrageous. Favorite guitar player. Are you asking me if I ever talk about economy picking? I'm not going to say I'm a die-hard economy picker. I learned to play guitar with economy picking. So a lot of my fast shred runs, I use a lot of economy picking in them. It's a technique that's very near and dear to my heart. I know the ins and outs of it very well, and it's something that I don't actually really teach technique anymore, because there are plenty of guitar teachers out there. If you want to go to learn technique, you go to other people. There are so many things that I teach that other teachers aren't covering in nearly as much depth, so I prefer to focus on things like application of theory, ear training, note choice, and things like that, improvisational concepts and all of these things, rather than, how you play. I'm not interested in teaching you how to play. I'm going to teach you what to play. I'm going to teach you how to develop your ears and how to become a better player in terms of your reach rather than in terms of your speed. So, yeah. Would this be improvised on the spot? So Leon asks a great question there, a great question there. The answer to that is a complicated one, because, the question is what is improvisation? What is improvisation? Right now, when I'm talking to you, and so Leon's a student of mine, we do Skype lessons, and we're due one next week. When I'm talking to you now, I'm improvising. I'm improvising everything that I'm saying to you. I'm not inventing the words, but I have an idea in my mind. I have a concept, something that I want to convey to you. Let's describe it as that, a concept. And then you thinking of that concept, no thought really goes into the actual words that I want to use to express myself, right? But I use a collection of words that I'm familiar with, words that I've used before, in order to convey a certain message, in order to convey an idea, put that idea across to you. And every time, and let me be clear, I have given this speech to many of my students many, many times, but every single time I use a different set of words, right? They flow in a different way. The point is, I'm very, very rarely am I inventing words out of nowhere. So when it comes to this particular solo, you know, is this improvised? Well, there are many recordings of this tune. The tune is Righteous. You can check out lots of versions of him playing this tune. And he plays it on all of the Austin City Limits concerts, to be fair. So lots of versions that you can play, that you can check out. And the solo isn't the same every time. So it's not a composed solo. It's definitely not a composed solo. But this is all vocabulary Eric has played before, right? This is part of his vocabulary. So in some sense it's improvised, in other sense it's not. It's cycling through things that you're familiar with. Now, I firmly believe that that's a big part of what improvisation is. In fact, I would argue that's the most important part of what improvisation is, playing things that people understand. I'm actually just going to pull out a version of this tune that I checked out earlier, and we'll check how much the solo, how similar the solo is, right? So, I'm sure he plays it on this concert. So if we get to the solo in this. So there's similarities. There's a lot of similarities. But it's definitely not the same solo. Definitely not the same solo. But much, much more composed than other examples, if you like. Yeah, so that's a lot. I reckon AJ improvises a lot. Watching many, many performances, he plays with it. Yeah, framework of knowledge, where he's coming from, going to end up, self-quotation, point on Cliffs of Dover, he nails every time, yeah, but other stuff he plays around with. Yeah, so there's, for reference, that's Eric Johnson live at the bottom line, the video that I played there. Again, it's on YouTube. You can watch the whole concert if you want to check it out. So definitely a lot of similarities in there. If I just go back to the solo that we're going to be looking at, which is this. So they both start with a big bend like that. Fast pentatonic run. Different run though. Then you've got the open voice triads. That same lick there. Fast pentatonic run. But this lick is different. The lick where he's hitting the chord changes. Now he's definitely hitting those chord changes there, but he doesn't play the same lick over each one. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of improvisation there. But I would think that if you watched 100 versions of this tune, you're going to see a lot of the same ideas coming up time and time again. So that's actually a really good question, Leon. So anyway, let's bust into it then. So let me get to the start of the solo. Now, of course, this is a shuffle tune. So I'm going to put that shuffle marker in on my transcription right from the get-go. And I'm going to subdivide my beats by 4 because, of course, there's 4 beats in the bar. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can see a little bit more clearer. Now, if we just think about where this line comes in, it's on the beat 4. 1, 2, 3, ba-da-da-da. Yeah, I was just checking to see if he played a note before that. Now, you see what I've done there? Ba-da-da-da. I've already learned the phrase. I know what he plays. Ba-do-da-dum. So we write that out. 1, 2, 3. Where are we tuned? He's got to be in standard, surely. There we go. Oh, of course, it's in F. Tune's in F. It's not in E. It's in F. Da do da do. Moving. Zoom in on my transcription a little bit so you can see what's going on. Do do da do. I'm actually going to be panicky and make that an 8. So we're going to be. We're not there, are we? I mean, it sounds like a tone and a half bend. We'll be going up to 15, 17? No, 16. Yeah, so tone and a half bend. So don't use the visual cues, right? This is on beat 3. 1, 2, ba ba da do. I'm gonna put like a blues curl on the end of that because he pushes that bend up as it ends. Can't visualize. I'm going to put key signature in because I know it's an F. Good observation. Does he play more than one note? He kind of does, but where's he finger in this? I need to zoom out so I can get the whole page in, sorry. Fit to page, fit to width, there we go. Doesn't play that though, it does play at 13. I hate that the guitar pro tone is nothing like Eric Johnson's tone. In fact, why don't we try and make it a little bit more like Eric Johnson's tone? Change the vintage amp for a stack. We're doing guitar amp stack. Distortion. I'll deal with the tone in a second. I'm going to go into my EQ, just roll out a lot of the high. Tiny bit better. Sorry. It's not eighth notes, quarter notes. Now this is Eric's, favourite place to play. This is minor pentatonic shape 3, or the C shape of the cage system. Philip, I am using transcribers in the top left. Guitar Pro is in the right, on the right-hand side of the screen. There's a link there if you would like to buy a copy of Transcribe. It's an affiliate link, so I will get 25% of the sale. Apparently numbers are numbers aren't my strong point. Andy Torrance has commented on Facebook and said, it's a 2-for-1 because once you nail these, you've also nailed all of Joe Bonamassa's licks. He is correct. Ba-da-da. Then we're going to go to fast stuff. Now this is actually quite, I don't want to say sloppy, but sloppy in terms of rhythm. You know, sloppy is definitely the wrong word. Floaty would be the right way to describe it. So lots of quantization going on here. Now, ears are the most important thing here, right? I'm not using my eyes, right? I could literally hide him like this, right? I don't need to see him. Da da ba da ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 da. Hearing the notes and really being able to internalize them. And I'm not a singer, right? Ba da da ba 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 da 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 da. Before using my eyes, it's going to be useful. Ba da ba da ba da. And it's a triplet, triplet, triplet. It's a nightmare when you slow this stuff down. You know, you get all these weird audio artifacts. So we want to hear it at speed. Ooh. Hey, Joe Bonamassa is awesome, Kane. I'm not, you know, facts are really, really important. Facts are really important, okay? Joe Bonamassa is an excellent, excellent player, and some of my favourite clips of Joe Bonamassa are Instagram clips where he's backstage playing a Telecaster and he's playing like Danny Gatton, right? He's a great player. But at the same time, you have to be able to acknowledge that he's a great player who plays a lot of Eric Johnson licks. Oh, I'm vibrating. Why am I vibrating? Okay. So let's get these notes in. So, are we playing there? So pentatonic shape 4. Now I think he will hit an extra note. He'll drop down for an extra note on the D string. Fact, yeah. Ba ba ba. Yeah, so this is one of the things that's a nightmare to notate because it's like an accelerating thing. So you have a couple of options here. You could either notate these 2 beats. You could notate it as one group of 7. Okay. Then all the notes are evenly spaced. Or you could notate it as I had it there. I actually prefer the way it looks as a group of 7, for the record. Or you could write it as a group of 3 and then a group of 4, which is then going to help you to see that accelerating feeling. Personally, I would rather write it as a group of 7 and put something like excel in there, so accelerate, just telling you to speed up as you're playing it. Because I think this looks tidier on the page, and I'm all about what looks tidy. Let's go with this though. Now, I mean, this is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you can see. You watch his index finger as he transitions over onto the B string. it starts here where my mouse is, and then it shifts up onto the 9th fret. So shift slide. So he'd be playing like that. Nope. Nope. Yeah, and so rhythm-wise, this is what we'd go for. Make a little bit more space so we can see what's going on there. So I'm not crazy on the way we're notating this in terms of these very strict rhythms. Triple 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and 1E and I'm not crazy on that at all. But just the idea, just the way this is, just the way the notes fall, if you like, using just tab, so ignoring notation. This is what Eric's playing here. 8, 11, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. It's like he's moving up. So he's playing like a group of 6 ascending. There's kind of your first motif. Then we move into the second part of the motif. 8, 10, 8 shifting up to 9, 11. So this would be the 9th of the chord. Jumping up. And then he shifts up in pentatonic shapes. So up to shape 5. And then he moves up to the 15th fret, which would be the 9th degree of the scale. And then just descends minor pentatonic, position 1. That's how you learn when it comes to stuff like this, right? Looking at things like in detail like that. Yeah. I'm going to write... what he's going for there. Haha. I know he's going for this note here, this 15th fret, this, what is that? A B flat. So I'm putting it in. Group of 5. So I hate the way this notates. Oh no, sorry. This bottom note here lands on the snare drum. Now, of course, nature of the beast, these aren't played with a swing feel. So you kind of want to put like a 2. It's not 2 in the space of 3. There's no good way to notate this. It's straight. Not played with a swing feel. I mean, you could do 2 in the space of 2. Which is the dumbest thing ever. That should make the MIDI play right, though. Yeah, it makes it play correct. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So let's put a tempo marker in. We are at compute tempo about 187. Was that? So if we listen to what we've got. It's MIDI is as good as you get with MIDI. But in theory, I think if we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually a little bit fast. 186. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's as good as you're getting with this horrible. Good as you're getting with this horrible MIDI sound. That's a self-confessed truth too. Joe Bonamassa talks about Eric Johnson in high regard. Absolutely, he doesn't hide the fact that he borrows heavily from him too. You should transcribe some Joe Lauletta, is that someday? Great channel. I'm not entirely sure who that is. What's going on Facebook? Who wants me? Nobody wants me. Story of my life. Now I'm just gonna so I would much rather. I'm ruining my transcription here, just for the record. I would much rather make this a group 7. Same with this. In fact, I'm not going to. I really do feel the most important thing in transcribing is making things look good on the page, and I think that from a study perspective, I think it's really quite dangerous when people are working on things like this to be trying to count these things, count rhythms, and I don't think that's the way to go. Advice on transcribing chords: learn a lot of chords. Learn a lot of chords. If you know 100 chord voicings, when you hear them, you'll know. The example I always give of this is the Hendrix chord, the E7 sharp 9. If I play an E7 sharp 9 on the guitar, you should immediately go, I know what that chord is, because you've played it. And it'll be the same with chord vocabulary. So that I feel this would play, not, let me be clear, it won't play closer, but I'll like the way this sounds more. Even this, I'm not crazy on that. Not crazy on that at all. But we just kind of go with it, don't we? And if we play, I'm happy with that, you know. I feel like what I've done is lazy, but I actually like the way it looks. I prefer the way it looks. So I'm going to leave it like that because I can. It's my transcription, motherfuckers. What are you going to do about it? So again, where are we? We on a B flat? Oh, of course you are. It's the 4 chord. Elio, thank you very much, brother. I really appreciate that. Hello, Dave. How's it going, man? It's a B flat chord. He'll do that, yeah. Yep, A flat. This is like a B flat major triad, A flat major triad. This is B flat major triad, doesn't hit the low note, and then an A flat major triad again, first inversion. We can see a position shift here. So I'm off on my position, so he's not playing that there because he doesn't play 3 notes on the high E string. Ever see Eric John's first performance Austin Cliffs? That's the classic one. That's the classic one. I disagree with that actually. I actually disagree with that. So a couple of things. I've transcribed the Cliffs of Dover performance from that concert. I don't think his nerves fucked him up on that at all. I think the tempo of the song fucked it up. It's played way, way, way too fast. But actually, if you listen to Trail of Tears from that same concert, it's the best version of the song. That whole concert is fantastic. I don't think his nerves are all that bad. I just think the song was way too fast. He went in. The thing with Cliffs of Dover is after you get out of that main intro and you go into that riff, there's a slight shuffle to it, and it's kind of like trying to play Van Halen's "I'm the One." It's hard to get the feel of that tune, and the faster it is, the harder it is to get that feel. So he's just playing it too fast, way too fast. So let's get the finger in. How's he fingering this? So we're hitting that. There's F minor shape 1. Slides up there. Yeah. So da, and then we hit that. That makes sense. It pleases me actually that so many people are saying Trail of Tears is an absolute winner, because I said at the start of the stream that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to do Trail of Tears. In fact, I mean, I'll prove it to you. Where is it? There it is. I've got it downloaded and everything. This chord we're playing, beautiful. Woo! It's so good. It's so good. That's such a good performance. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I'm definitely right, Dave. I don't think Eric Johnson's capable of being nervous. I think when you're as good as that and you've played, in front of as many people as that for as long as that, even at that period, even in '88, you don't get nervous on stage. But sometimes you're like, fuck, we're playing this one a bit too fast. So here's a classic Eric Johnson, and he always nails this, right? So we can hear the note he goes for. It would be the 25th fret. It would be that note. That's the note we hear, right? But he's an absolute master at this, and I've all the respect in the world. He's an absolute master at hitting artificial harmonics. So he's hitting the... He's hitting it like that. Now I don't. Let's do this. I don't like having the number displayed next to this, so I take these off. There. But yeah, that'll be an artificial harmonic at the 18th fret on the B string. A bit of vibrato on it helps. Now, this is the tricky lick, right? Not tricky. So we hit the 84. Hang on, let me see. I think that one could be 84. I might just be wrong on the dates on it. Johnson, Austin, 1984. Ah, right. Yeah, we're thinking of a totally different. We're crossed wires there. I've not seen this. I've seen a couple of clips from this, and this is what we call the Mississippi string tie version. That riff, if you play that too fast, yeah. So I think he ballsed up the intro, wanted to get out of the intro as fast as possible, and in that feeling of let's move on to the song, you play the song faster than it should be played. If you compare live versions of that, it's often played a lot faster than it is on the record, and sure, you expect that often when you're playing something live, but yeah, some songs don't work much faster than the original recording, and I think the tempo of the original is perfect. So this would be... Oh, what's he playing there? I can hear the... I hate it. I refuse to pick up a guitar for these transcriptions when I'm doing these on YouTube now, so I'm not going to do it. Sorry. It is that. It's the 7. Okay, so he's playing... yeah, okay. That's not the way I'd think of this. That's interesting. So he'll be playing... is that. This probably looks clearer on the page if I do this. Let's take the timer off. It's not staccato, but it's not played full length. We'll just go with that. Yeah, pentatonic. Oh wow, jumps up to the flat third. I know my face is in the way, sorry. I'll sort that for you. So again, this would be more accurate to write it like that. But I would prefer to see it as a group of 7. So don't tell anybody, I'm an amateur. He's playing that with a pull off. Then 16th notes. And again, this is one of those shitty... I mean, I guess we could... No, because that is swung, and I don't want to... So he plays these straight. So I'm just going to have to... If I want the MIDI to play back correctly, I'm just going to have to do 2 in the space of 2. Is what it is, though. Never knew I was such a fan of Eric Johnson. For me, he's somebody that I've never really got into that much. Definitely I need to listen to more of him. I really love the song Trademark. It's is it my favourite Eric Johnson song? It's not my favourite Eric Johnson song, no. I think Manhattan is probably my favourite Eric Johnson song. I've had Venus Isle on repeat in my car for absolutely for weeks now. I love that tune. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Eric Johnson fan. I just have mountains of respect for him. I think he's an absolute master of his craft. And yeah, all the respect in the world for him. Thank you, YouTube, for emailing me and telling me that I'm live on my own channel. If I were to criticise Eric for something, so when he does these bends, I don't like the vibrato that he puts on his bends. I was always taught that you want to bend to a note. So in this case, he's going to bend up to the root, up to the F. Then you're applying vibrato to that note. Whereas with Eric, it sounds like he bends and then releases and applies vibrato with a very wide vibrato. It kind of bugs me. But I'm very nitpicky when it comes to vibrato. So. It's not really either of these. That's a shift slide on those. Joe. I literally have it loaded up here. Yes. All right. I promise you all, I will do Trail of Tears. I will do Trail of Tears. I'll do another stream later in the month. I'll do Trail of Tears. Angve stuff is awful. The new stuff is awful. Doesn't it there? It's going to be there. Yeah. Ba-do-da-da. Not the right note. is a really slick way to hit that G chord there. I'm sure it's a G chord. I have my keyboard on so I can't hear and check. Yeah. I saw my favourite meme possibly ever. Someone posted a picture of Yngwie and it said something along the lines of congratulations to Malmsteen for reaching 40 years in the music industry and for giving us at least 4 years of music worth listening to. So it's going to be... plays 3 notes there. It's not like him. One, two, three, four, one. Yeah, we'll make that 16th notes. Lots of legato in this. Ba-do-da-do. Just seeing where he plays this. Ba-do-da-da. Now this is going to be a nightmare to transcribe because it's noisy. That's the end of the solo. But we'll get it. We will get it. Not even 4 minutes. I disagree with that. There's tons and tons of great stuff on those first few albums. In fact, I mean, just Trilogy, the whole album is with the hot track being Magic Mirror. So this is triplets. I'm trying to be as in depth as I can with this because I don't expect to be able to play like this, but I'm really interested in how Eric navigates his way down the neck here. So I'm going to spend a lot more time than I usually would just really making sure the positional bass playing is correct. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Andy GN. Thank you for tuning in. How's it going, Andrea? The video's low res. Okay. Yeah, so we'd go makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so he hits that note twice. And now I want to place it. Yeah, so if we do this, now this makes sense. It's a logical pattern to be playing. Aside from the slightly awkward position shifts, this is pentatonic shape 1. He descends, hits 15, 13. Sorry, I should move my face out of the way. And then immediately jumps down a position. So this would be pentatonic shape 5 and then pentatonic shape 4. He then shifts down to pentatonic shape 3, but he's starting on the D string. Yeah, shifts down. Da-da-ba. It'll be a 7. We have to shift down for the F. So that, yeah. So I don't like the way that sounds with that, so I'm just going to remove the accelerating or decelerating feel. Put in a group of 7. Ba-da. I'm glad to be of use, David, and that's David Dahl. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon, of course. Ba-da, ba-da, ba. So he's not going to hit that there, is he? So that would make sense if that wasn't a bend. Let's listen carefully. Wow. Pentatonic shape 2. So this is noise, right? Stays on that, the root. I'm just, would he play, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I hate not being able to see, you know, we can see him in the distance, but we can't really see where his hand position is. And the nature of Eric's tone, I kind of talk about him having the best rock guitar tone, the best overdriven guitar tone. The very nature of his tone helps to make things sound a lot smoother, right? Because it's such a thick and creamy fuzz sound that he uses. And, you know, the reverb and the delay, it really hides a lot of the imperfections of things and makes his playing work as well as it does. I'm just going to make this on the beat. A root? Nope. Where are we here? For fuck's sake. That sounds like a slide to me. Would he do that like that? I don't think he would. Let's have a listen. You could do that. Let me just work out where this high note is. That will help. No. So this will be down. Don't like that there either, though. Oh. That's nah. I hate not being able to see where someone's playing something. This is kind of the tricky part of transcribing guitar. If you're working from audio alone, you're having to... Like, it's one thing to write the notes out. I could just write the notes out to this and go, that's it, that's right, that'll do. But I hear horror stories all the time of people, they come and they pay me to transcribe something, and they're like, actually, I've already paid someone to transcribe this. And I was like, oh, yeah, who did you use? And they're like, someone on Fiverr. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, well, you know, I'm not happy with what they did because they were honest. They said they weren't a guitar player, but they do their best for me. They were a piano player. And a piano player transcribing guitar stuff, they're just going to write the notes down, but they have no real concept of tab and how we play things on the guitar. And I get it. Like, it's not important. It's not necessary. It's not what they do. It's not relevant to what they're showing you. But I have to be an expert at that stuff. So I'm having to play through my mind of like, how would I play this? Or how would Eric play this? Because when someone wants one of my transcriptions, they want to be able to play the bastard, right? So... Yeah, so that would be there. There's no doubt in my mind that would be there. Not, let me be clear, not this. This. So if that's there, then it would kind of make sense for this to be here. I'm sure I can hear a slide there, but... So if that wasn't there, then this would be... we'd play that like that. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like you'd absolutely pick through it like that. What we've got here, what about 13 to 15 on the D string, then up to 18 on the D? 13, 15, I mean, rewrite that, Joe. Write that out for me in a way that makes sense. No. Now, I'm relatively confident that this note is a slide. So if you were slide into 15, that would have to be there. So are we talking like that? I mean, this is playable. I just don't think Eric would play it like that. This would be more in position. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. So, 16 on the E string, 50. So that's what I had originally, 16, 15, like this. 13 up to 15 on the D. So I don't think when you look into Eric's playing, you don't see a lot of really fast passages where he would shift through three strings like that, unless he was sweeping, obviously. And I'm sure that I can hear a slide there. If we listen to this really slowly. I'm sure that's a slide between those two notes. How righteous of me to transcribe that. Yeah, I'm doing my best, Jack. I think he's... it's just his vibrato. He's pushing it sharp. I'm okay with this. It's totally playable like this. It's just a question of whether or not Eric would play it like that. It's totally playable like that. So I'm okay leaving it like that. Also, I've had enough of you people. So I want to leave. No, that's not true. Though I am going to leave soon. So let's take a listen to this, and then we'll try and play it with Eric and see how it sounds. So. I'm going to take that staccato note off there because I don't like the way it sounds. Eric's playing is, just it doesn't work in Guitar Pro, does it? Right, let's get the tempos kind of synced. So if we go 1, 2, 3, oh. So we're still a little bit fast. Let's go 185. And look, the nature of the beast, they're not recording to a click track, and therefore they are probably speeding up and slowing down, or they could be right between a beat. So, nature of the beast. Sorry. I'll take that. I'm going to save this. This is going up on Patreon. So if you want to grab this, EJ Righteous. I hear the slide from E flat to F, then his trademark major triad thing. Thanks. Joe, I'm not going to sit here and say that when you say that you are sure that I'm right, I disagree with you. There is every possibility that you are right. It's a conundrum, and it's a conundrum that ultimately I think hopefully what people take from this is, wrong thing. Hopefully what people take from this is that level of detail, like that caring about, well, could it be this? Could it be this? This is how you get better. This is how you get better as a player. It's how you get better at learning about, stealing the musical DNA of the people that you're transcribing, etc. And with someone like yourself, Joe, now, obviously we don't know each other, but you are engaging with this in a way that gives the impression that you are experienced, right? And you know what you're talking about. And therefore, it's really interesting for me to listen to what you're saying and look at how you're suggesting things, and as you can see, I really did follow through what you were going. Does that make sense to me? Because this is how you get better at your craft, right? So you're saying you're sure that I'm right. Well, I'm going to say that I'm sure that you're right. That's just how these things happen. So, right. What do I want to do? Okay, so a couple more things I'm going to do. I tell you what, run credits. So, as always, this stream is brought to you by my wonderful supporters over on Patreon. There's a link in the description if you would, or even if you could, go and support me over on Patreon for as little as $1. It is a huge, huge help. Patreon numbers have been going down, so getting a little bit more support over there helps significantly. If you are safe from the COVID shit and you've got a solid income, help people that are in a little bit more of a unstable position like myself, you can get go and give me $5 and you can download this transcription along with over 100 other transcriptions that I've done for my Patreon, guys. If that doesn't suit, you can also go and check out one of my books available on Amazon, link in the description. That's how I keep this crazy roadshow going, so your support is very much appreciated. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bust out one of the other solos. Now, I'm not going to transcribe it, I'm just going to listen to it. I just want you to be able to hear it, okay? So this is some of his slightly slower playing. Slightly slower playing, let's have a look. There we go. So this is him playing on the BB King song. Is it Rocky Baby? Forgot the damn song already. Sounds like this. And I was going to transcribe this. Oh no, sorry, that's the outro solo on. Why don't we listen to that too? So this is the outro solo on Righteous. Kind of cool. Now let's bust over to the Rocky Baby solo. Sounds like this. I'm not actually even sure what else is on this concert. What else is he playing? The drum solo? Yeah, drum solo. There's Harvey. He has a great clean tone too. That tone. You can learn so much from Eric. Well worth checking out. Well, there's some great playing on there. And to Ciego Guitarist, who said that he might watch this concert before he goes to bed, I would encourage you to go and watch the 88 version of Trail of Tears, because this is just outrageously good. Just. full of great playing. I would highly recommend that. Right, that's all I have time for. Well, it's all I have the energy for this evening, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. If you have enjoyed the stream, please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let your friends know. If you hated it, let your enemies know. All of that stuff is good. All appreciated. Link in the description. Go check me out on Patreon. Any questions, you can email me. Anything you need to know, anything you want to know. Have I watched his instructional DVDs? Absolutely. I'm looking around to see if I have any of them to hand. I own Total Electric Guitar and the Fine Art of Electric Guitar, I'm sure it's called. And I've just got the reprinted book version of Total Electric Guitar, which comes with the digital versions of the videos. So I can watch all of those. His tone is better on the 881. I will absolutely give you that. Yeah, so Eric's great. Also, if somebody would like to give me a couple of $1,000 so I could buy one of Eric Johnson's signature Strats, that would also be appreciated. But I would much rather I got your financial support so I can, continue to keep the lights on in here and pay my mortgage. So if you would like to support me, link in the description. I am going to go now. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. You have been a blast. It has been fun, and I will see you for another video soon. Goodbye.